So taking a look at Cris here in lane 5. I'll play the whole race and then go back and break it down afterwards. Okay, so 32.2, nearly a 3-second drop, so that's very good. I've got to keep in mind this is meters. Okay, so taking a look here at the start. What we want to do on the start is make sure our hips are higher than our head. Here it looks like they're pretty close to in line. Maybe they're just a hair higher, but it's going to be easier to do that if you tuck the eyes back so they're looking towards this wedge and straighten out the legs so the hips are higher. Buzzer goes off. You don't have a great jump off the block. You jump just a little bit out here, but just notice over here that these guys next to you are probably jumping out maybe a meter further than you. So it looks like you're hitting the water first, but it's because you're not jumping out quite as far. And also you not jumping as far doesn't give you as much time to get in proper line as you could if you had a little more air time. I'm not saying to jump up here like a rainbow, but jump out a little more, jumping towards those flags. Okay. So, but given that, you do a pretty solid job getting those arms into streamline. What we also want to do here is create a little bit of tension in the legs so that they are together as you hit the water. Coming out of the breakout, notice here your head is the first thing to break out, and then this arm follows. I'd like it to be a little more of that bottom, or whatever your first stroke is what takes you to the surface. So right as you're breaking out, that head and arm and the whole body are kind of breaking out in synchronization, and it's not just your head pops up and then you get going. Okay, also notice here, you're riding the right side of this lane line. 50 free is the splash and dash. You hit the water, you should be straight down the middle of the race. You moving over here, that's 3 feet of extra of distance that you didn't need to travel. Okay, I want to take one look here at your breathing and your hands. So notice here on the breath, you're really lifting your forehead up, getting the whole head out of the water to breathe. What you want to do is take that breath into the rotation. Obviously in sprinting, you don't rotate quite as much as you would in like the 400 freestyle, but you still need to keep that head level in the water, breathing, trying to think about having one goggle in the water, one goggle out of the water, and try to avoid dropping the chin, lifting the forehead kind of in this motion. Last thing I wanted to point out here is this left hand, or both hands really. Notice here when you enter the water, you're kind of slicing it with the side of your hand. So you see here how you're entering the water with really your thumb first. You're coming in sideways as opposed to leading. I like to say the index, middle, and thumb coming in first. So you're going to have a slight angle on your hand, so this is a good start, but bring it back a little bit flatter so that the index and middle finger are hitting at the same time as that thumb. Okay, let me just fast forward here, see what that finish looked like. Okay, kept the head down on the finish. Maybe could have kept the legs going a little bit harder into the finish. So, for example here, notice right as you get to the wall, your legs kind of died out. So keep those legs going all the way until hit the wall. It's going to be an abrupt stop, but it's going to get you to that wall just that much quicker. All right, again, nice almost 3 second drop here. Looking forward to the rest of the season, Cris.